Hello Year 3, I hope you've had a good holiday. Now today we're going to start colouring our dragon eyes that we created before the holiday. And this is the beginning of my colouring of my dragon eye. And you can see that the main skill I am using with my colouring pencils this week is gradation. Can you see how in each of the sections I have moved either through two different colours or three. So here I started with red, I then coloured into the orange and into the yellow, and I've done the same here. I've started with dark blue, I've got a light blue and a purple, and it's the same here. And this is what I want you to concentrate on today, and also making sure that all of the space is covered. Now this is quite labour intensive, which means it's quite hard work to keep up and to keep concentrating, but I know you can do this and do a really fantastic job, and your pieces of work should look really professional. Okay, so let me show you how we're going to go about doing this. So you need to turn to your dragon picture in your sketchbook, which will look something like this, okay? And the first thing I want you to do is start on decorating the eye shape here, the actual eye and the iris in the middle, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by choosing three colours that are together on the colour wheel or the chromatic circle, okay? So if I look, I want to do a reddy yellow colour for my eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a look, and I'm going to play my colours on the colour wheel to help me to decide. Now I want my eye to be a yellowy, reddy, orange, because I want it to look quite scary, okay? And so I think I'm going to lay those colours out on my board. And I think in my eye I'm going to use 4 colours for the gradation. So remember, when we do gradation, the colours need to be next to each other on the colour wheel. So I'm going to start off by using the darkest colour first, just to go around the edge. I'm going to all the way through colouring my dragon eye. I need to be pressing quite heavily on the paper because you want the colour to be really strong, okay? And then as you go round, you need to do both sides of the eye, just around the edge, and this will make the eye stand out beautifully. Okay, so keep working around, just as thick a layer as you can make. Okay, right into the corners, right around, as thick as you can make the line so it really stands out. And then you're going to start to gradate, so you're going to start to colour the red, but getting gradually lighter. So just another line of red, but gradually lighter around the edge, because then you're going to start to add the next darkest colour. And if we look at the colour wheel, the next darkest colour is going to be this dark orange colour, okay? Now it's very tempting to rush, but I want you to remember to use the ladder technique. Now this work may take us a couple of weeks, 2 weeks maybe, to complete. There's no need to rush with it. So I'm going to take the next colour, and over the top of that red that I did lightly, I'm going to do my orange as dark as I can. Okay, and then I will go back through and I'll start to add the orange, a line that is lighter of that orange colour. All the way around, and then I will take my next darkest colour colour over that second part of the orange. Make that nice and strong, and then do a lighter row of the orange, and again changing to the next lightest colour once you've been over the middle, and then the middle bit is going to be a really strong light yellow colour. Okay, now once you've coloured all of that, finally what I'd like you to do is just go over the whole eye with that lightest yellow colour, and that's what I'm going to keep asking you to do year 3, is to colour over the whole part to make the colours really blend together. Okay, so that's the first job to do. Next is to think about, and also I'm going to choose a very contrasting colour. So remember, a contrasting colour is opposite on the colour wheel. So I'm going to use the cyan blue just to highlight around the pupil to make it really stand out. Now it's year 3, you do not need to use the same colours as me for this work, but you do need to use the chromatic circle, the colour wheel, to choose chromatic colours, which means colours that sit next to each other on the colour wheel. Okay, so I'm going to go right around the eye just to highlight. Okay, then I want you to think about the scales. Now I think my main scales are going to be contrasting to the eye again, so they're going to be greens and cyans and blues. So I want to pick out those colours. Okay, like this. And so I'm going to choose those colours. Oh, and I think a purple, go round to the purple as well. So we've got cyan, green. Oh, I'm getting them mixed up. Purple, okay. There we are. And I'm going to use these colours on the large scales. So I'm going to start off with this part, the darkest blue. I'm then going to gradate into the next darkest blue. Remember getting lighter each time, and into the lightest blue, and remember to then colour right over with that lightest blue to blend the colours together. Okay? Later on, you might want to choose the purple colour and those chromatic colours. So I used the blue, the purple, and then this blue. And I'm going to do these scales later on. I'm going to start off with the dark of the blue, right away, right around that scale. I'm going to carry on with purple at the top. Remember, get lighter as you move down the circle, and then you can gradate over the top. Using your other colours, okay? And remember, you use the lightest colour again to blend all those colours together, okay? You might want to vary the order of those colours, so the purple comes last. Right around, then remember to get lighter with the purple. Then to add the blue. Getting lighter. And finally, the lightest blue, and then gradate those together by colouring all over. Now, you could also, another option would be to just use tones of blue, just like I've done here. So you might want to do some of your scales starting the gradation from a different point. So that there's a real variation in how each scale looks, okay? Now, if you do every single scale that colour, it will look a bit samey all the way through. So it's important that, for example, on these scales, I might choose two chromatic colours, so I might choose orange and yellow. I'm still going to gradate, and it's going to take me some time, but it just varies the colours, and as I say, you can choose any colours you like, okay? Then I may do the largest scales on the sheet. I think I'm going to start by doing red. Now remember, I'm using the ladder effect where I colour a small section at a time and then I move on. So I start my red gradation, then I move on to the orange, getting lighter as I go, and then finally I'm going to start colouring into the orange. And you can see I've done my strips in a different order this time. It's up to you how you decide to do that. Okay, so your first job, year three, is to completely cover in colour your dragon eye, and using different colours in different areas, using chromatic colours, colours that sit together on the colour wheel, and also contrasting colours. Okay, so once you have done that, the next step will be to take a black pencil, and you're going to start to add some shadows and some lines just to highlight. So I'm just going to add a few lines in each area to highlight the shapes and to create a shadow, look of shadows. Not too much, because that will cover over your beautiful colouring, but just enough to highlight the shape and to give the drawing depth. And it's important when you do that you follow the direction that you have coloured in, okay? All right, and once you have completed all of those steps, you should have a beautiful completed dragon eye, which looks a little like this, okay? And you can see each area has shadow in it. It also has shadows going in different directions, which is something I forgot to do this time. So you might want to do shadow at the root of the shape. It's up to you to decide, okay? So you're layering your coloured pencil. Now, as I say, this takes time and patience, but I'm absolutely sure you can do a good job, year three. Good luck. Bye for now.